Todd, when you get to certain levels of business, not like myself or Miguel have ever been in, rich people sue each other, but they're business partners and they sue each other. And there's nothing personal, there's no animosity. They can even eat lunch with one another and not even bring it up. It's just an afterthought. In an instance like this, it's a melting pot of many different moving plates of food. So potentially you've got the Nelk boys that I think they're employed by the UFC or they've got some sort of deal with them. I don't know. I don't know what that relationship is. I'm not going to pretend like I do. They're working with the UFC to create promotion. The belief is that they were texting Masvidal when they were out with Colby to set up some sort of viral moment that got out of hand. Now, since then, Dana has given the Nelk boys $250,000 and publicly stated that Colby has broken the man code. I mean, not in that order, actually opposite order. First, broken man code, give the Nelk boys 250 grand. Some would speculate maybe that's just kind of to ease the pain that Colby's in. But since then, Masvidal's lawyers have sued Cole, or not sued, but they've sent paperwork for proof, for wanting proof that Colby's got some mental deficiencies that due to this incident made that it couldn't be through fighting. So they've sent legal work to the UFC. So in essence, what's going on here? You got an orange tree, there's some fruit on it, and the person that's kind of dropped a little bit of poison is going to shake the tree to see what fruits fall off. Masvidal's attorneys are sending this legal work to the UFC with the understanding that the paperwork that they're requesting doesn't exist. So it's two things. One, it paints the UFC in bad light because the UFC, they're keeping track of everything that's going in people's bodies except what's happening with the brain. We know that because Joshua Fabia, no matter what you think of him, Joshua Fabia, in his representation of Diego Sanchez, publicly demanded, went after, stated that was one of his main points of contention. Where is Diego's mental capabilities and faculties now as compared to when he first started there? You guys have all his other medical work. Why haven't you done this? No matter what you think about Joshua Fabia or the things that he may have said or done or whatever, he's 1,000% right in this instance. It kind of gets lost because of the minutia of other media personalities attacking him, but he's right in this instance. So now you've got Masvidal's team going, man, we got to settle this out. How do we put a little pressure on them? All right, we're going to send this to the UFC for paperwork we know that they don't have to kind of cloud the system a little bit more in order to try to maybe two entities try to force a settlement here. And as we said, Todd, when this first happened, you're not going to see or hear from Colby for a long time, for at least a year, until this incident kind of shakes out a little bit. And he's sticking by his guns. I mean, it's going to be his biggest payday.
I have a question. I mean, he can't possibly take a fight because he'd have to pass some sort of medicals, right?
He's not even posting. You don't even see him posting crazy stuff anymore.
Well, the reason I ask is Dana White's saying, oh, we got something going with him. We're going to do a fight, blah, blah, blah. How can you take a fight if he passes the medicals for his head and say, I have brain damage?
I think what that is just kind of poking the bear. Like, come on, come on. I mean, Colby, if he's smart, he would stay dug in because the longer he waits and the longer he takes off, I mean, the division needs him. The division's not going anywhere. Like, he'll get another payday or two after this, decent payday. But right now, he's dug in, which is what we said he would do. And Todd, I believe you called me up a few days after our initial podcast saying that people are calling us, particularly me, a liar for saying something like that.
Where do the Nelk boys come into this? Are they going to be dragged into this or not, you think?
They're absolutely going to have their phone records subpoenaed. And if you watch what took place right after, one of the dude, I don't even know who these listen, I know who Taylor Swift is. I got a 15-year-old, almost a 15-year-old daughter. That's how I know who Taylor Swift is. All that other stuff, I know nothing about, including algorithms, which is why we're like 130 history podcasts in, and we got a couple 100,000 downloads on our podcast. If we knew that stuff, we would be the Nelk Boys, but I don't. So I don't know who they are. I guess they're popular. And if they texted Masvidal saying this is where we're eating, which they kind of admitted that one of them was doing that, brother, Colby Covington's going to be rich. That's all I got to say. And they should be charged. Like, they should be charged criminally and held accountable for the damages. Right now, Colby Covington is going to be the most not this calendar year, the following calendar year, he will be one of the richest UFC guys. Following calendar year. Todd, that's another bold statement that I'm sure I'll get slack over. Guaranteed. If not the following, this, like 2023, first quarter 2024. That's when this is going to be settled. And until this is settled, he's not fighting.